Just because you're not currently speaking to your specific person, it does not mean that your connection or the progress that you've made is broken. No contact isn't exactly stagnation. Your energy is still being transmitted out there to your specific person, and they are feeling what you're focusing on, and they respond to it more than you probably realize. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are talking about the energy and emotional reaction and internal reaction that your specific person has to you, mostly energetically, tying it into quantum mechanics, quantum physics, as I often do. So it's a topic that is very, very vast and complex, but it's one that I've been interested in for years, and I have been recently tying it more and more into my content. So I think it's a very unique and significant approach in my content. So do expect more of that if you're a new viewer or you've just started watching my videos. So thank you guys very much. Please do thumbs up, subscribe, turn on the notification bell if you haven't yet. And I've been promoting recently a feature that hopefully is rolled out for everyone. I don't know, I haven't seen it yet, but it's a new feature literally just launched from YouTube called Hype. Quick overview, it's just a little button like any other button right below the screen to interact with the video. It's completely free and you can just click it to promote the video, and then that helps YouTube boost it to other people to show them. This is one of, the most popular videos in this niche. People like it. We recommend you watch it. If you want to, I'd very much appreciate that. But also any extra content and extra bonuses is going to be on screen now, starting with my LOA Coaching Darling membership. They did just finish up the August content. The August Q&A was just launched. And if you sign up now, I believe you can still go back and watch the older content that members got. But if you want to be part of September's extra bonus content and exclusive Q&A that only the members get to partake in, then please do click that join button right below. It's only £9 a month, £8.99 to be exact. And you get tons of extra content that you wouldn't normally get to see. So yeah, take a look if that interests you. Everything else is linked below. And now let's get into this video about your specific person. Your specific person isn't going to respond and in a long-term sense, react to your words. It's not your words, it's not the actions that you take or even force in the 3D. If you try and plan out communication, that's not what they're going to respond to, and that's not the state that they're going to get into either. It's about the state that you live in. So what do I mean by that? Your internal state, your internal focus. It's kind of a broad term, but my interpretation and the way I would recommend you guys focus on it is the identity, the inner state. Who are you? Are you the version who is in the relationship happily, confidently, and, at the level that you want to be at with your specific person? Your identity is now this happy, confident, fulfilled person who is stable and in a safe, loving connection or relationship, whatever stage or level you want to get to. That's, the dominant state you should try to be in and focus on. That is your identity that you're embodying. They are going to respond to that predominantly. It's not your words. So having silence or no connection and no contact is not stagnation. It might seem like silence and that nothing's moving, it's stagnated, but it's not. It's actually propelling it forward. It's amplifying it because of the behind the scenes movement. So this is obviously all within the context and frame of you actually putting in the work, you behind the scenes, internally, doing the consistent repetition, affirmations, and in that sense, your SP does actually react to your words, but you guys know what I meant when I said that. So if you are putting in the effort, then it's not stagnation. Having that silence means that it's happening behind the scenes. Things are shifting because, as today's whole video topic is going to show, it's literally about what your SP is feeling and going through internally during this process, during all these stages. Whether it's just at the beginning and things are starting to unfold, or it's closer to your full end result materializing. It's not stagnation if you can't see it. Think of it as behind the scenes movement happening. Something is happening internally. They are feeling it. They are responding to it. They have to mirror back to you what you assume. So it's not that they can decide completely, I'm starting to feel drawn to this person, to you watching this video, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to completely change my mind and suddenly decide to take a massive leap of faith on someone new who I don't have any feelings for. It doesn't work that way. It happens naturally. They conform naturally. Everything comes together perfectly as it's supposed to. So yeah, keep in mind that it does start internally. that silence does not mean stagnation. You can remind yourself of that. Silence is not stagnation. It might seem like no contact, but it doesn't mean no movement. So it's just behind the scenes. I'm going to also read a quick Neville Goddard quote, because in my content, I haven't really been referencing him. So I feel like it's a good moment to bring that back in. This is just a good statement to live by. It's not directly tied to an SP, but I will explain the quote in a moment. Change your concept of self and you will automatically change the world in which you live. So again, your identity. I know it talks about self-concept and it doesn't have to be the specific, I'm loved, I'm amazing, I'm beautiful. It doesn't have to be that level of self-concept, but becoming this identity where you do feel, embodying the identity of feeling secure and confident, happy, fulfilled. You're not super stressed and doubtful, anxious, constantly triggered and up and down. You just feel calm and confident, basically, because you're tying it back into, I am already in my relationship with SP. SP's already treating me, this way. I'm getting this treatment from SP. All of that, is tying into this because, as it says, the world in which you live in, meaning your physical reality, doesn't mean changing society, obviously. It means your physical reality, your reality, what you see, your circumstances, the 3D, is going to shift according to your internal state, your concept of self. If your concept of self is very up and down, you doubt yourself, you put your SP on the pedestal, you wait for them to give you reassurance in order to feel worthy, that's not tying into what you want. That's going to lead to doubt and feeling triggered. So if you can maintain that identity and keep just being consistent with your affirmations, it doesn't have to go deep into self-concept, but that should tie into it. Think to yourself, what would I be like? What would I think? How would I carry myself throughout the day if I were in this relationship, if I had what I wanted with SP? And also just, continuing with I have this amazing relationship. I have the perfect end result with SP. Continuing with your affirmations, being consistent, because that is going to automatically balance out your concept of self-concept, because it ties into your having an amazing, happy relationship. You know your worth, you know your value, because it's tying into this really healthy, amazing relationship that you should be focusing on with SP. So that was a bit rambly, but hopefully that explains how you can apply that to the topic of SP as well. It's also a little bit of a bonus. You can frame it in this way when it comes to not having contact or not seeing every single bit of movement and having that really close interactions with your SP, which most people don't have. So not having that is actually removing distractions, because that whole process of you shifting and SP conforming and shifting, the whole manifestation journey is kind of going to get streamlined. You can have that tunnel vision. You're not distracted by what they're doing, what they're posting, conversations you have with them every single day. It kind of streamlines that process, makes it easier because all those distractions are removed. You don't have to worry. You create every assumption about your SP throughout that experience. So circumstances like having distance and maybe again, not knowing how your SP might feel is irrelevant. Those are temporary 3D circumstances. Any form of distance, emotional or physical, is irrelevant, because your energy, the quantum energy, the quantum frequency entangles, because you're putting and focusing on this new energy where you're in that end result mentally, internally, you're experiencing the reality that you want. That is projecting and creating the energy, so to speak, of being in that end result. And it's creating this entanglement, which kind of goes into deeper concepts. But that is essentially what it means, because that distance is a circumstance that can't even infiltrate that energy, if that makes sense. Unless you put all your focus into it and you start to tell yourself, oh, this is a big problem, it's not going to impact it. So the changes in one quantum field impact the other. So wherever you shift your focus and you predominantly focus on that. So let's say the reality of you and your SP already being together. It's not that the reality of shifting from where you are now into that desired end result reality can't affect the other. The energy ripples over. So it's not that you're stuck in these circumstances and you're putting in this effort and it's not going to impact anything else. It's all creating this entanglement, but remember that the current circumstances in your physical reality are irrelevant. They cannot stop the process and that quantum frequency and quantum shifting. It's only if you keep putting your focus and saying the circumstances matter. And likewise, same with no contact, not having direct communication with your SP. It doesn't suddenly switch off. It's not an on and off switch like a light where, oh, okay, these circumstances came up, switching my manifestation off, switching the quantum frequency off. It doesn't work that way. The energy is connected there regardless. Your SP is responding to your energy no matter what. And that time lag that you may notice, meaning the delay, the time delay in your 3D reality where you're putting in the work, but it's not yet reflected. It's just your 3D reality catching up to your internal shift, the way you've put your dominant focus on your affirmations, visualizing, mental diet, whatever it is, on the desired end result. You've put in that effort and made that shift internally, but your 3D reality needs a little bit of time to catch up to that. So tying it into something I have spoken about recently, but putting it in the perspective of your SP, the RAS, reticular activating system, meaning it's from the subconscious, but what you're going to then start consciously noticing, you're kind of drawn to, and just seeing in your reality things that remind you of your manifestation of your specific person. So in the context of your SP experiencing this, they're going to get thoughts, memories, deja vu, or just things that remind them of you, reminders of you. And if you don't know them at all, then they're going to see things that maybe tie into relationships, dating, being open to that. Something that is like a bridge of events or that brings them closer, creates some kind of inspired action. It's just part of the shifting, conforming process. But yeah, I think for most people, you do have some form of communication with your SP. So or at least some kind of past. They're going to start getting reminded of that, seeing those kind of things. And obviously for them, it will be very, very natural. It might be a surprise, might be a shock. They might not fully understand it or connect to it, but they will notice it. And there's also no logical reason or kind of logic tied into them suddenly feeling this shift and feeling more drawn to you, because like I said, they are connecting and responding to your energy. So they actually sense that stability. They feel the stability that you're leading into, even if you're wavering a little bit now, of having that end result, feeling confident in it, feeling confident in the relationship with your SP. They start to feel that. They start to conform to that as well. It's not just you. So just remember that if you do feel doubt, that is fine, but you don't want to stay stuck in that and have it constantly and repetitively come up, because that is what does create a little bit of instability. Doesn't ruin your manifestation, but that is where things, kind of destabilize. You waver up and down, therefore the results have to waver up and down. It's kind of creating a bit of a mixed signal. So just remember that it's all temporary, but if you can, recognize and target that doubt, turn it back around, apply your mental diet, because consistency is what's going to make that end result inevitable. You have to stay on track just to the best of your ability. But your SP is already experiencing all these things, all these reactions. They are connected to you in that respect. The energy is connected. They cannot not shift. So just remember all of these points and remind yourself of them when you start to waver or wonder, what is SP doing? Why is it not shown to me yet? These are examples and reasons for why. So I'm going to leave this video here because it's already super long, but I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, please do thumbs up, subscribe, turn on that notification bell. Don't forget to also consider, if you want to, signing up for my membership, or even hyping the video if you enjoyed it, for extra support. If you feel like you have questions that you would like answered, my membership is a perfect, affordable way to do that. But I will see you guys next time. Bye.